Goody YouTube? It's your girl Taylor, aka Emo Brat, and today I'm gonna do a natural video, bitch, of me holding the camera and recording, talking to y'all sitting on the goddamn couch. Cause, bitch, I'm absolutely tired of sitting all the way on that corner over there. Okay, so right now, I that's like homework area to me, and it's been like hell because the bitch trying to, you know what I'm saying, get her shit done, but you know. We did get through class number 1. If y'all watched my last video, a lot of y'all didn't, which was my real estate video. But me talking about I enrolled in real estate school and all the things that I had to do, whatever the case may be. But anyways, let me turn this light on real quick. So I got requested to do a video of me doing a story time, but they didn't actually give me any idea of what kind of video I should make and what story time and what happened. Anyways, so my video today is actually going to be more talking on the trans topic of me being a transgender woman and y'all, my experiences as a transgender woman. And I would say like the hard things that we go through that is a little more complicated for us, you know, as a transgender. Okay. So one, let's start from the beginning. Y'all, I didn't come out. I've been transitioning for over 12 years now. And I didn't come out 12 years ago because I did not want people to have an opinion on my transition, as well as safety reasons, because in this transition, it is very complicated and very tricky when you are trans to be able to live the life that you want to live comfortably, because there are so many people who think trans people are men and all kinds of silly shit. But, you know, it just is complicated. This life is complicated. Even no matter how, like, you do what makes you happy. Those who are not happy with their self, or those who are not proud of where their life is, wants to impede on putting their input on why you shouldn't be who you are, but yet we're living to our fullest potential. But everybody has different beliefs and, again, different perspectives and different perceptions of shit they don't even know. You ever heard, you know, that's when you say you outside and you looking in, you can't buy from the store, but you shopping from the outside. It's a lot of that. A lot of people are looking from the outside, not knowing the actual experience of being trans and what it means to be trans for us, or what it means to be trans for me, because I can't speak for a whole community, because again, everybody is different in the community. There are women who transition for men's approval, and there are trans women who are a lot, you know, to deal with, and have a lot going on, you know. But for me, on the contrary, I can only speak from my actual experience, which is going back to why I never told people for the last 12 years and why did I just come out in January. So I just came out in January because I had, for some time, I've been on my own since I was 15, you guys. So I moved to New York on my own. I started transitioning, in a sense, on my own. And I didn't really have as much support or as much safety as needed because, one, on top of being trans, I was trans and homeless. So I was transitioning while being homeless and figuring things out and figuring life out. And at that age, such an early age, I thought I knew a lot, but in life, you really know, but you really don't know a lot. You know what I'm saying? You think you know until you hit me being 27 years old and saying to my 16-year-old self, bitch, you really did not know a lot. And, you know, I still don't know a lot, but I'm learning, you know? So I transitioned, like I said, when it was an appropriate time for me, where I felt comfortable to be myself, and or came out when I felt comfortable to be myself, and also let people know. You understand what I'm saying? My safety at all times is constantly at jeopardy, which is so terrible because it'll lead you to live in a survival mode, or constantly thinking there's a threat, because there are threats, and because you are constantly living in survival mode, because you have ignorant people who don't like who you are because you are who you are, and you're not impeding on them, but they impede in your privacy asking you personal questions about your sex, your gender, the type of people you like, and your genitalia, and not worrying about their own genitalia, sex, and gender. So, for me, I've always constantly kind of lived life on this high alert mode where I've never really been able to actually get 100% comfortable or be 100% myself, because I've always been worried about what everybody, not necessarily worried, but in the back of my mind, you think like, it's when you're out minding your business and somebody's staring at you, you're thinking, damn, are they figuring me out? Or, it's not that it matters, but it does. Because again, you don't know how people react even when you don't do anything to them. You don't have to do anything to people for them to start acting up and acting crazy and trying to kill you. That's just how people are. You have crazies in this world that are just crazy because they want to be crazy. No one's making them crazy. They just crazy. So you start to live this life where you are just constantly on edge because you don't know when a threat is coming. Even if there's someone who says they like you and they support you and they love you. I've had female friends in my past who said those things and those are the same females that once they get around a man that they like, or once you do something that they don't like, the very first thing is you're a man. After they respected you the whole time, quote unquote, as a woman, okay? Just silly shit. So, safety, number one, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people say, you should tell people, but let's talk about it. I don't tell people if I don't see the reason why I need to be telling people. That is a form of entitlement. And people don't talk about that, but that's the underlying truth of that. Where people feel entitled, and I think that stems from the Jerry Springer show, because that is called a representation on what people think should happen, and that's not what should happen. I should not be telling absolutely everybody that I'm trans, especially people that I don't see myself having a life or a future with or a friendship with. And it should not be written on the top of my head, hey, I'm trans, so everybody knows, because of somebody feeling like I should tell them. I should not be telling everybody that, because, again, you're not the one. Everybody who's shopping from outside the store, looking in, thinking they have an opinion, is not the one that has to deal with the consequence, or I wouldn't even call it a consequence, or the response of an individual and how they feel about people like us. And then again, they really don't hate us because they keep putting us on the forefront of everything. Everything. Even when you're trying to live quiet and not let nobody know that you are and live like the woman you say you are, which I've done for 12 years. There were moments that majority of the time, it wasn't me who spooked my own tea to people. It's people being so invested in LGBT and gay and trans people and all kinds of shit that constantly puts you on the forefront, no matter even if you're not trying to be on the forefront. So a lot of my life has been deproving, or I would say neglecting who I am as a person, or neglecting my truth because I'm constantly hiding who I am from people who are constantly seeking who I am. And I never understood that. I'm like, bitch, I come to work, I'm minding my business, I'm not here flirting, I'm not talking to nobody on no, flirtatious level. I'm doing the job that I'm supposed to be doing, minding my business, and here we go. Boom. Somebody trying to figure out my personal life. Oh, is that a trans? Is she trans? She sounds like this, or she's like this, or boom, 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 or boom, boom, boom. And the whole time I've been just minding my business at my job, just working. Yet everybody's trying to figure out my personal life. And I don't get it. If somebody hates something, why are they constantly seeking it? That's what it feels like in this trans community, or it feels like being a trans woman, that constantly people are trying to seek the answer to have some sense of validation when you're not even looking to be validated. And then they hit you with this: oh, I don't got nothing against y'all, but I'm not like that. Whole time, I never asked you. Whole time, I never tried to talk to you. Whole time, I never even got on that level with you. And whole time, I wasn't even thinking about you. Whole time, I wasn't thinking about you on that level. Whole time, I'm just minding my business. Whole time. The whole entire time. Minding my motherfucking business. And the whole entire time, you think in your head, because I'm different or because I'm a trans woman, that for some reason I want you and I don't want you. I'll be real with you. I've made it this far in life by not wanting people. Because if I was so easy and so needy and wanted everybody, y'all don't ever see me in a video with people. Friend, anything. Years ago, maybe when I was younger and I was figuring life out, but as an adult, I'm not saying I don't have people that I talk to and friends, but at the same time, bitch, I don't need you. I've never needed anybody except for God and my mama. I don't care. I transitioned for me, not for validation, not for the approval of people in their wantings. And I didn't transition for people to make them feel some type of way, because I don't care how you feel, to be real with you. And if you know me, I'm a Capricorn at heart. When I say I don't care, I really genuinely don't give a fuck. Never did, never will. I've just tried to live the best life that I can live for myself. God has helped me to put me into the position that I'm in and doing the things that I'm doing. He has kept me this long, which means weapons can be formed, but they cannot prosper, which means people who think that they can put their hand on me or their mouth on me will have to serve consequences for putting their hand and their mouth on me, because at the end of the day, I love and cherish God on a whole nother level, even if I'm wrong for transitioning, even if God still finds a way to use the very thing that is meant for bad and turn it into something good. And people say, but if you love God, God made Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. And I said, the funny part about it is I'm Eve. Better yet, if you want to go into chromosomes, I'm Adam and Eve. But I picked a side. I went to Eve's side. Oh, but you should love how he already made you. He made you perfectly designed. Yes. And if he made me perfectly designed, God knew exactly the battles that I would be fighting and the desires that I would have, because I don't desire. He gives me my desire. And even if the devil gave me a desire, he still again can use what? The bad for good. Not one time has God failed me, and people want me to turn my head from him because they say, oh, you're trans. God don't love you. Who are you? God also says, do not judge. Yet, for your judgment, you will have to face when you reach them heaven gates. Every last bit of judgment, but yet you still judge. Yet you still find a way to use the word only for your benefit. And if he made us perfectly designed the way he wanted us to, he knew exactly what I was going to go through, and he knew exactly what decision I was going to make, and he knew exactly where I was going to head. And also, if you want to use the word again, it also talks about what? Let's think about that. That God says, I've overcome everything that you've experienced in life. Everything is not limited to just straight shit, not gay shit. Everything is everything. His words are very clear. So if he's overcome everything, that means the same desires that I'm overcoming and the same things that he's showing me that I can use or he's using for his glory is the same desires and the same things he's experienced. I'm no less of his child, no less of a human, no less of a supporter and lover of God, no less of a child of his and or chosen. I'm no less of that because I am a little bit different. Better yet, it's honored amongst every other God that a person can use their clay and shift and shape shift. A lot of people talk about chromosomes, but by chromosomes and scientifically, you're a man. But scientifically, let's not skip over the fact when you were in your mother's womb, you had a vagina before you even were decided as far as gender. If you were either going to keep that vagina or that vagina was going to be a dick. So, again, it's just a lot in this transition. I would say, too, when it comes to dating, a lot of people think because I am passable or a passable girl in a sense, like, and then I have my twat, don't look at my legs, a little ashy, but because I have my twat and stuff like that, a lot of people think like, oh, it's so much probably more easier for you. No, that is not easier. Actually, I've been single. I'm 27, and this is my truth, and this is so crazy that I'm saying this out loud to y'all, but I've been single since I was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, a total of 9 years. You don't think I get lonely? You don't think I get bored? You don't think I get horny? You don't think I want some sense of companionship, somebody to be here, somebody to love on me, somebody who sees my value, not only just my transness, but there's so much other things that I offer as a human being, not just a trans woman, but as a human being. I offer so many different things and can be such a nurturing and loving person to whoever I decide or whoever God puts into my life. Right? Y'all don't think that I don't desire to be in love too? Just because I'm trans? I don't want to fuck and fuck and fuck and fuck and fuck. I love love. I am a lover. That's what I love to do. Love. I don't want to fuck. That does nothing for me. I don't want to fuck so much so that I don't even get fucked anymore. I do the fucking with strap-ons because I don't enjoy getting fucked anymore because I know me and that person is not going to be together. So if I know that I can fuck them and just send them on their way, I'm fine with that and don't touch me. That's so bad that I'm really supposed to be the one getting fucked. And I don't even be wanting to be touched anymore. Because all it is a lot of people think trans women are sexual fantasies. That's all that it is. Like when somebody hears you're trans, the respect goes out the window. Let me take you out to eat. Let me wine and dine you. Let me treat you like a human being goes out the window. They're constantly isolating us and making us feel uncomfortable. And then if you do meet a man who likes you or is doing that, that's a very rare thing. And typically those men like bitches with dicks, and I don't have a dick. So dating for me is not easy either. I want to be in love. I want to see what marriage looks like. I desire those things. I don't want kids, but I do desire marriage. I do desire knowing that someone sees who I am as a person, even if they come in with a kid or 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? I know how to be very nurturing and loving and being a mother and being somebody, even if we don't want to title it mother. I know how to be selfless and be good to somebody. So it does suck being single, constantly trying to go on dating apps. But dating apps, once they find out, mainly they are already trying to fuck anyway. But once they find out, it's like, that's all that is. You go outside, you're minding your business. I'm walking into a store, a nigga stops me. We talk. Okay, cool. It's like this repeated movie. You talk to the motherfucker. You think, oh, they saying all the nice shit like they want to be serious with you. Oh, I see you. You're so gorgeous. I met you. And boom, boom, boom. You get down to the nitty gritty. A nigga just trying to fuck you. Y'all don't think trans women go through, I would say, similar things biological women go through? Because a lot of biological women are going through the same thing. The three things that separate us is what we were born as, the vagina, I say four, the vagina, pregnancy, and period. And if you want to get scientifical, because you know you got scientifical people, chromosomes as far as bone structure and certain things like that. But there are very feminine looking men and there are very masculine looking women too. So that really is not even an excuse, but we're going to talk about that because nobody wants to talk about stuff like that. But yeah, this is not an easy game. Dating is even more harder. I've learned during dating, after being single for 9 years, people prefer dating what they can see. There's a lot of men who would prefer to date a trans woman that they can actually see look like a man. Like look like a man. Because everybody will know I'm dating a man. A trans woman who looks like a woman, then that topic kind of goes a little off drift because it makes it hard because when you're too pretty, then they're like, oh, but what if people find out? It's just a nonsense. It's nonsense. It's a bunch of bullshit, you know? And that's just the life we live. And just, I guess, like I said, existing, going out day to day makes it complicated being who I am. Like, you know, I have to, people say, oh, you're so confident. I love that you're so confident, and I am confident. But before I walk out the door, I have to really like build that confidence back into myself because you just go through a day of people staring at you. That's tearing you down mentally. You got people making comments to you. That's tearing you down. People giving unsolicited advice or unsolicited opinions or asking personal and private questions. It's kind of like when you transition, you really just take on a lot of empathic energy. Like you just take on a lot of narcissists, a lot of bullshit that you really don't have to. A normal straight person wouldn't have to do that. They're not getting questioned when they walk out. Are you a man? Are you a woman? Oh, I don't play that shit. Who asked? Perfect example, y'all. I met a guy on a dating app. On my bio on the dating app said trans. Light and clear. Transgender, sex change, transgender. I meet up with the dude. He was already acting weird from before, but I was like, you know what, maybe it's just him tripping, you know, for a little bit. He done try to sell me the dream, trying to talk about he want to be in a relationship and all types of shit like that. We get to it and talking and we finally meet up. Something in my spirit told me, do not let him in your house. And I did not let him in my house. We ended up meeting downstairs in the lounge area. And while in the lounge area, he starts flipping the conversation in the text message. We never talked about sex. Like, never. The only thing we brought up is because he's a Capricorn and I'm a Capricorn. He's like, oh, I like to be called daddy. And I was like, oh, I like to be called mommy, sometimes daddy. You know, I do. I enjoy that. Sometimes it's fun. You know what I'm saying? And I told you I'm into dominancy. So even though I've changed my genitalia downstairs to a vagina, I still enjoy the thrill mentally of using the strap-on because I never really used my penis back before I had one. You know what I'm saying? When I had one. So I really didn't care about using my penis. I just I've always wanted a vagina and then wanted to buy strap-on so that I can fuck niggas with the strap-on. I just get a thrill off of that. I don't know why, but I do. So, and I've had people say slick shit about that to me too. Oh, you're confused. You don't know what you want. You cut your dick off for you to get a vagina for you to use a strap on, which was valid, but bitch, shut up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bitch, okay, but so he goes, we get downstairs, we're hanging out, and while hanging out, he's switching the conversation like, oh, so what about what we were talking about in the text? I said, what were we talking about in the text? And so he was like, come on, I'm about to go. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. What I said, oh, okay, well, no problem. Bye. So I'm like, so he's like, you don't remember what we was talking about in the text? I said, yeah, we were talking about, you said you wanted to build and talk and go out to eat. Go out to go get some drinks and stuff tonight. What are we talking about? We're pre-gaming here. He's like, oh, you remember I said that it's just like when we see lock eye to eye together, we already know. I said I seen it, but I didn't respond to that. I just was like, yeah. He's like, so what about the names that I said that I like to be called? And I said to him, okay, I'm confused. Like, what are you getting at? What are you trying to say? Whole time he's saying he want to have sex and he didn't want to go to no bar, and he think that I was easy because I'm a trans woman, and he think that, oh, just because he's here and he's a man, that I would just want him and I would just fall in his arms. And he didn't do anything to make me feel like falling in his arms. A couple text messages that got you to the point to actually physically see me did not make me like in love with you. I'm not in love and I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? I see what you're trying to do. So he was like, well, I said, he's like, so I was trying to, even then I was trying to like keep the conversation going. And I was just like asking him little questions. Where you from? Oh, what you do? Boom, boom, boom. You ever play sports? Boom, boom, boom. And so I get quiet. I'm on my phone and he's like, oh, I said, ask some questions. So he's like, what you want me to ask you like 25 questions to get to know you and stuff like that? Like what? And I said, well, wasn't that the point of us linking up today? Like, try to flip the whole situation on a bitch. Girl, when I tell you that nigga got up and started acting like he wanted to fight and like punch me, talk about, I'll beat your fucking ass, I'll kill you. But he did that because I got a smart ass mouth. And my smart ass mouth I said, that's exactly what we came here to do. So I'm confused about what you're trying to signal to me, because we literally came to pregame and then go out. Like you said that. That's what you said, not what I said. So I'm like confused about what you're trying to imply. So he's like, so he's like, let me ask you a question. Who do you think you are? And I said, I'm exactly who the fuck I say I am. Like, what do you think? What are you thinking? Like, who do you think you are? He like, bitch. He like, then he goes and says, so what now? And I said, absolutely nothing. You're right. What now? Absolutely nothing. I said, you can go. Oh, that pissed him the fuck off, girl. He got up and started threatening me, saying he's going to kill me. He's going to find my apartment. I'm a man. I said, yeah, but yet you knew that though. And I'm telling y'all this story because, again, these be the stories. If I ended up dead, somebody would say, she tricked them. And I didn't. These be the stories where you tell a motherfucker who you are, and they like who you are, and then they turn around and try to use who you are against you. Yet you told me you're trans attracted. So that means you like trans women, which means once you leave here, you're going to go find another trans woman. And I pray that the other trans woman is not gullible and not unaware of her surroundings, because you're no good for biological women and you're no good for a trans woman. And honestly, I would inserted his picture in here so y'all know not to fuck with him ever. Because it's really not exposing because I have a coochie and you already said you like trans woman. It's no exposing that. You already exposed your hand. So, like I said, yeah, I'm telling y'all stuff like this because, again, this would be the type of shit that people will flip and say, oh, she tricked him, she didn't tell him, and why would you bring a man to you and try to flirt? No, he wanted to fight me. He wanted to beat my ass and try to kill me because I wasn't giving him sex. But y'all would never talk about that, though. Y'all never gonna clip that. Y'all never gonna say, damn, she was well aware that something wasn't right. His whole energy, he was very standoffish, real nonchalant, real fuck me. I still try to keep being nice to him, and he don't. Being nice is being a fool. So being nice to him almost got me killed. Not because I tricked him, because it's right in my bio. But that's what they'll do. That's how they'll use that. They'll use that same situation to flip it and make it seem like we're the ones out here tricking people. Whole entire time, we just out here dating like everybody else, hoping to find the sweetest catch in the sea. That's what we're out here doing. Nobody's tricking these niggas because there ain't nothing to trick. They ain't got no money to trick. The reason why he didn't want to go to the bar, because he probably had no money. I had money. He didn't have no money. Again, long story short, y'all, this is just part one. I'm going to just start a journal. I'm going to call most of these videos, when it comes to the trans topic, I'm going to call it my trans journal. And I'm going to make my cover art like a journal and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to call it a trans journal. A trans journal trans journal. So that y'all can get more like when I have situations that happen with me being who I am and stuff like that, we'll kind of like be like, this be part one. Technically, I have other videos that could be part one, but we'll turn this to part one and we'll use this as a ongoing thing, probably a never-ending thing because life happens all the time. So trans journal. But like I said, y'all, I love y'all. I just hope y'all learned something from this video. And maybe give a fuck about human beings a lot better. And yeah, I will talk to y'all later.